stay, wanna live my own life, wanna feel passion for something or someone that makes my world turn upside down. Wanna give it up for something or someone that's better than this. So don't be too offended, I had to leave. There's nothing in for me, no, I'm not fitting in. I packed my things to go, am I being naive? But it's my choice to make, it's my new rebellious way. Choice to make, it's my new rebellious way.
Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. How is everyone today? Everybody feeling good? Middle of the week already. We are powering through, everyone. Gonna make it to the end, one day at a time. Let's see, who's in the house today? Scroll all the way to the top. I think somebody gave a super chat at the beginning. It doesn't seem to be coming up for me because I think you did it quite early before the live actually started. So whoever that was, I know that someone did, but it's not showing up. So thank you very much for whoever sent that. Now, please make yourself be known so I can credit you, but much appreciated. All right, let's see who's here. Elaine's here, Black Queen's here, Rose is here, Anna's here, hello. Marie Batty, I don't think I recognize that name. Hello to you. Kenneth Ash, hello. Emerald, hi. Hello, Wendy. Kay Castillo, hi. Niece, Carolyn, Lucy, Elizabeth, dancing away. Love to see it. Sheena, hello. I feel a pressure now to pick the perfect song because I do like to change it every so often, but now I'm like, I have to absolutely pick the perfect one or else you all would be disappointed. Hello, Rahini. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and like. I believe we actually had a new member come in yesterday. And again, it's not showing up on my side who it was, but whoever that was, welcome to memberships. Hello, Lek Lady, Cat Harlem, hi. Man, yesterday was a long podcast. I did not expect for it to go on that long or that late into the night. But thank you everyone who came. Alrighty, welcome to everyone. Let's get it started because today is going to be a relatively short one. Let's start with we are almost at Archie's birthday, and it is on Friday. And hashtags to use, you can start using them now, I guess. Just start the king trending early. Hashtags to use are happy birthday Archie and hashtag and hashtag Harry and Meghan. And I'm assuming that there will be some kind of fundraiser, some kind of something. It seems like they're keeping it a little bit hush hush, but just look out for it and I will update you, of course. If you want more by the hour updates, it's better to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, links in the bio. And as Anne Boleyn rightly said, prepping myself for the inevitable Archie intentionally still spotlight from royal family event celebrating 150 years of pickle and canning in Slough by having third birthday party privately in Santa Barbara headline. That is literally going to be the headline. I mean, like a kid is going to steal the spotlight. It'll be interesting to see if Harry and Meghan release a photo. The last time Meghan did something with Archie was when she read out the story, the Duck Duck Rabbit. And unfortunately, there was, as usual, because the Derangers are just crazy, quite a lot of negativity. So I don't know if I don't know if they'll feel to release something, especially with the press ready to bite their heads off. But I think Harry and Meghan have proven so far that they really just don't care too much for the negativity. And they're going to do what they want or what they feel comfortable with. Yes, Anna, I love Archie's hair color too. And it's very, very red. It's very boldly red. But so was Harry, actually. It's only as he got older, like it got a little bit more orange and light, but it's still very red. And Lily will be the same. And you can see that it's a very soft wave texture. So that very like soft wavy red hair. So yeah, that is Archie's global birthday party coming on Friday. So look out for that. Also, yesterday I actually better bring this up first. So yesterday I talked about the British Virgin Islands protest to condemn UK direct ruling of the British Virgin Islands, and today 7 Eastern Caribbean states have rejected the intention of the British government to impose direct rule on the British Virgin Islands, describing the idea as colonial and backwards. Indeed, there is literally no point at all for Britain to have control of these islands. There's no reason for them to have control of these islands either. So I'm very happy to see this from all of the Caribbean nations coming together to work together, which is why I'm so disappointed to see these pictures coming out of the UK today. I don't know at what point grown adults are going to take responsibility and stop allowing their children and teens to be used in such a manner. Stop allowing their children and teens to be used for PR. Charles is sorry, I have to catch myself here. You know, I always go back to the fact that Meghan was in a situation where she was so desperate that she was suicidal. And when I see pictures like this, I often think to myself, what if Megan had done something very serious to herself and killed herself? Would we be seeing smiling pics like this now? And so when I think about that and I see this, that the only senior member of person of color, prominent person of color that married into this family was abused so much, and this unroyal mafia, because that's what they are, they're not family, have never made still have not made amends for it, continue to send the press hounds after her husband and her children, and then have the nerve to stand next to people of color and use us as PR. And the parents of these young people who allow their children to be used for PR, to gloss over what this family did to the only person of color in their family. It is truly disgusting, and I don't know at what point um, this is going to stop, because you cannot continue to engage with people of color like this just for photos and completely and utterly ignore all other issues pertaining to people of color. I haven't heard anyone in the royal family, sorry, the unroyal mafia, talk about there was a recent case with the young black girl that was strip searched while on her period and told to put a dirty pad back on after being strip searched, after being violated. Charles himself gave what was it, an OBE, MB, whatever one of these trinkets is, to Cressida Dick, who is the head of the Met, who is responsible for making sure that those things don't happen to children. So I just get very upset and angry when I continue to see pictures like this. Mm. Lottie, yes, Harry had very beautiful hair when he was young. Yeah, and it was very fluffy and thick. But children's hair is usually like that. Um, mm, Evelyn, they just denied that they were responsible. Indeed. Rahini, at this point, you need to blame the parents in school. Yeah. And I mean, some of these teens are, they're a little bit on the older side. They're quite glued on to social media and, what happens around the world. I'm pretty sure that all of the older ones probably would have watched the Oprah interview. And I know that if I was there standing, I wouldn't stand in that line. And I probably would have been that difficult one that would have been like, why did y'all lie on Megan? Why did you abuse Megan? Yes, Alita, the mindset needs to level up. It needs to level up indeed. Yes, Levy, many people have short term memories. But I think the crown is going to um, remind people of the past. And I just hope we make it to the crown and that Netflix doesn't cancel its whole self. Yes, Terry, people of color are the problem because they allow this. I mean, you just like showing up to shake hands with people that don't care about you. Doesn't make sense to me. You don't see people of other races doing this, do you? Carter, yes, these pictures were taken in Brixton, the first place Harry took Meghan. Now who goes and gets his photo ops? Yeah. And in the eyes of royalists, this is going to make Charles look very good. And William and Catherine look very bad coming off the back of the Jamaica tour. Yes, Claudia, black people who let themselves be used like this have a serious problem with self hate. Yes, Mina, I wouldn't even have my kids out there to greet them. Nope. Not me and my family if I had kids. It's P talks. Why is he in Brixton? He's only trying to build on Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan's visit to Brixton. Yeah, he's there, but did he bring any initiatives to help these communities? Nope, nothing. Meghan will come with, do the whole roof of the broken women's shelter. She'll come with the cookbook. She'll come with the clothes. But Charles comes with nothing. William comes with a smile here and there. Daphne, sorry, sore thumbs suckers. This is not detention class. Do your homework. Wait, what? Wait, Daphne, who are you talking about? Please explain. Yes, Miss P talks. Why is it that people of color like to be used? That's a very good question. Okay, so moving on from that, um, but along the same vein, William was giving out OBEs, CBEs, DBEs, DOYONs, ABCs, A to Zs to various celebrities. And one of them was Mel B, or is it Mel C? Which one is she? The Scary Spice. And yeah, the picture. Please, somebody caption this. Caption this, someone. Give me your best captions and I'll read them out. Yes, Raven, and those pictures make me so angry as well. Rahini, yes, I do believe that the visit did have something to do with the Princess Trust, something like that. But the Princess Trust, it really, I mean, not to say that it hasn't helped people, it has, but it hasn't really built upon its kind of basic foundation since it started. And I just think, given how innovative and um, larger than life minded both Harry and Meghan are, I just feel like the Princess Trust should have been so much more far ahead than where it is now, and bigger than what it is now. If if Clarence House was doing a little bit more with it. Anna, has anyone watched Spanish news? Nothing is censored. Well, I have to say that international news has been a lot more. Um, it's been a lot more willing to be critical of the Unroyals than the British news has, of course, because they're not binded by the invisible contract, and it actually serves them to be critical of the royals because it sells papers where they are. So yes, countries like Spain, Portugal, France also have been very openly critical of the Unroyals. But Denise, parents should have to sign a waiver or permission slip for their children to be around the royals and be photographed. I don't know if they would tell them that the royals were coming because of safety reasons, but they should be made to sign some kind of waiver for use of their image in photos and videos for public use. That at least should be a bare minimum, and I don't know if it's done. Yes, the Cinderella. Meghan brings solutions while the others just bring themselves, photos of themselves, and their problems. A very good point. Levy, how do you smear your sibling and father, but then greet each other as if nothing has happened? I'm baffled. Can someone break it down? Yeah, that is a very good question. But they're all very good at playing for the cameras. Part of their job. Really scary spice. Yes, yes, Mel B. Patricia, yeah, they were probably told not to mention Harry and Meghan in case we have like an eye roll situation. In which case, I would have been that kid that mentioned Harry and Meghan. Love the alphabet list, literally. CBEs. double D's, A to Z's, X, Y, and Z's. And I watch Spanish news from different Latin countries, and I'm left with my mouth open. Is that how much they go in? Send me some clips. Next, go on the community tab and post some links in the last post. I want to see this. Lydia Duchess says, "I'm late, but listen to your inner man fight to advocate for these innocent population." Yeah, the masculine energy definitely comes out when talking about these people. Where's people? Why is she grinning like a Cheshire cat and looking frightened? Rahini, back in the day, William admitted the Spice Girls was his favorite group, so he was fangirling. Yeah, I believe him and Harry did meet them. I think I have seen pictures with them. Uh, yeah, Joyce. More black people in the UK have been giving a lot of awards this year. Wonder why? Marcy, hi Mel. We're looking to hire a black. Are you available? Literally. Oh, that is literally what he's saying. Mercedes, I'm not gonna put your comment on the screen, but I agree with it. He'd probably be a lot more happier than whatever he's getting with Rose. Vividly, okay, caption. Oh, you're related to Megan. And I thought we could have been good friends. Nice to meet you. Here's a smile and do you know your way out, girly? Well deserved, Melby. You happy too? Yeah, I mean, look at their smiles. Yeah, Alita, she actually looks confused as to why she's there. It's just like, we need some black people for the list. Who can we choose? Mel B. Um, yeah, Odessa, don't be scared. We need you to spice some things up. Yes, Willie never smiled like that to Megan. Never saw that kind of smile. It was always, wait, have I actually? I think I've got that picture. I must have it. Where is it now? This. It was always this. Rahini caption. Will whispers, "Hey Mel B, I hate." Oh God, Rahini, you want to get me banned from YouTube? Let's keep it PG-13, everyone. Rory B. I think from these interactions with black people, the monarchy ends with William. By the time George is ready for the crown, his reign, if he has one, will be like the Dutch king, casual with a real job. I think so, because it can't go on like this. Miss P talks. Basically, they need to just scrap all the medals they are giving out. What's in aid of anyway? Yeah. It really doesn't help anyone but them. Okay, so moving on from that. mm, Yeah, I wanted to read Omid's article because it was quite interesting that he wrote for Yahoo. Okay, it doesn't. That's very strange. All right, give us a sec, everyone. Okay, do you know what? Before we get to Omid's article, let's talk about this. So it would appear that Harry indeed will not be going to the Jubilee. And so this came out regarding the first season at Santa Barbara's for Los Padres. And this is the group of polo matches that are taking place with Prince Harry and Nacho. And it said Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, will play the entire 12-goal season at Santa Barbara. Following the first week opening tournament, action will continue with the Folded Hills Pope Challenge May 6th to 15th. So hopefully we'll see more of Megan because she has been watching. Liz Lay Nixon Cup, May 20th to 29th, and the Cheval Athletics USPA Intra-Circuit, June 3rd to 19th. And of course, the Jubilee starts on June 1st, and it's also Lily's birthday. It goes on to say, we decided to play at the Santa Barbara because Harry lives there. We came up with the idea to be able to use our team for charitable purposes, Nacho Figueres told Click Polo. Figueres, a longtime friend of Prince Harry, was very pleased with last weekend's results. I think we had a good game and we improved from our previous match where we still didn't know each other and we were a bit anxious, Figueres added. So great stuff for charity. And now that it's been made clear that this is going to go on for a couple of matches and quite some time, all the way until June, hopefully more people will buy charity tickets. And it's great to see Harry playing polo and in top form, living his best life and doing it for a good cause. I don't believe we've seen William playing polo for a while, but don't surprise me if we see him on the back of a horse anytime soon. Amy, Mel B was a guest on Loose Women saying Megan should have stayed and sorted out racism in the UK. I was done with her from that day. Yes. Megan alone should sort out all the racism in the UK. Like, what a ridiculous comment. Yes, Rahini, those smiles looked 100% fake. Like C-Mac. Yeah, he didn't smile at Megan, but he looked at her like she was a bucket of chicken. Truly, truly gross. Hi, 1988 champions. Welcome back from work. Yeah, Bonnie, I never really saw a picture of William and Megan where they looked like they enjoyed being in each other's company at all. I think Megan definitely tried. And I do actually recall one time when she tried to engage with him. It was at that first Christmas walk, and it legit looked like he ignored her. Yes, Bonnie, Harry has something more important to do in California. Yes, Freda, he never smiled at Megan, but he sure as hell was leering at her like she was the last put up on a plate. Secretly, Megan is the type of woman he would have wanted if he didn't have such a big ego and he could actually stand up to the firm. Address the list of dates for the polo tournaments are not the actual dates of the matches. Okay, thanks for mentioning. So we won't know exactly which matches, I guess, Harry will be in. Black Queen, thank you so much for the super sticker. Mel B Scary Spice. Oh my god. Okay, I have to be careful not to use that word on the YouTubes, but I'll be your I don't mind being, yeah, as we know, it's not a Windsor marriage unless there's 3 people in it. Oh, Black Queen, you bought the spice. But thank you very much for the super sticker. But let me not get shut down by the YouTubes. Oh, I love you guys. Uh, so I didn't know that Mel B's husband was like that in her past marriage though. That's quite sad. Oh, that's horrible. He did look like a bit of a weirdo though, I have to say. I have to say. So I'm not surprised if he was abusive. That doesn't surprise me. I don't really know a lot about the relationship, to be honest. But it did seem very tumultuous. But at least it didn't end in a too nasty of a way, and it seems like they've gone their equal ways. And I heard from people that go to Mexico, if you are on a bus, you better jump or get off because some see the back tire. Wait, what? What? Okay, that's a very random comment. Uh, are you planning on going to Mexico, Anna? Chief Diddy, yeah. So Harry and Meghan are not going to the Jubilee. Yes, I'm so glad that they are not going to be on that balcony. I'm very, very happy. Courtney, since that Meghan had the courage to expose the royals, are going out their way to show themselves in the company. Yeah, it's just a very, very desperate move. Also, now that it's getting closer and closer and closer to the release of Harry's book, you're also seeing more leaks from inside the palace. So, as one Twitter user, I think, very rightly said, leaks from Clarence House tell us Camilla must be a very mean woman, and Charles used to blackmail Harry to say nice things about Diana's tormentor. Leaks from KP tell us the Cambridges were deeply distressed by the wonderful Oceanic tour. Meghan's career and work with the UN, indeed. And they've also released a slew of articles about Meghan hating the Australia tour. The Australia tour that was incredibly, incredibly successful. I mean, if Meghan did hate the tour, well, I don't blame her because the tours are dumb. They're not really anything to be celebrated. Um, but at least Harry and Meghan tried on their tours to bring something different and to actually work and not to show up for photos and waves. So um all of this PR that's coming out about Meghan hating the Australia tour, very suspect. Um, but also the Telegraph leaking. This is definitely from inside the house. Sorry, Harry, but Britain has learnt to love Camilla. Says who? Says who? They can try as they may, but uh, Camilla will never get the love of Diana, not in Britain and not anywhere else. I think that Camilla, people have learnt to tolerate her. That's what it is. They've learnt to tolerate her, but they don't actually like her. At least outside of the circle of very diehard royalists and monarchists. I would not say she's liked. She's tolerated. Yes, Elaine, that was when he ignored Meghan and adjusted his scarf. I do, yeah, that's the one. Yes, Rory, if Mel C made that comment, it's probably the reason she's receiving a medal. And because it didn't, what's her name? That Lorraine woman, she's always a little bit shady. She got one as well. But yeah, there was. Have I got the picture? No, I haven't. But yeah, there was just a slew of articles that came out about the Australian tour. Also, remember that Anne just came back from Australia, and the only thing I know about that tour was apparently she packed her suitcase. I know nothing about what happened. And I'm also wondering if all of the attacks about Meghan and the Australia tour is because maybe, just maybe, William and Catherine might be planning on going on a major tour there. Maybe it's a possibility because why would they even bring that up? It's very random. Vaya, I wonder if Meghan and the children will go the polo play on Lady Diana and her birthday. Maybe. Terry, they're going to blame Meghan for not attending the Jubilee. Well, I mean, they blame Meghan for the polar caps melting and the polar bears dying. So, what's new? Lily Bell, the reason the British version is important to UK is because it's a tax haven. Yeah, I think we talked about this yesterday. It's a tax haven for the rich. It's also where they have their offshore accounts. So, of course, they want to take charge. But they have other tax havens as well. Isn't the Cayman Islands a tax haven? I think Gibraltar to a certain degree is a tax haven. I think Panama is also a tax haven, and I think also some companies use Ireland as a tax haven. The Joyce, the Australian thing came from Tina. Oh, it came from Tina Brown. I see. I did see. I have not been following this Tina Brown woman at all, so I didn't know that's where it came from. Rahini, these leaks from KP are grasping at straws just to see which one sticks because they don't know what's in Harry's book. And from Clarence House as well. They're obviously very, very frightened about what Harry says about Camilla. And Harry could well kill Camilla with kindness. He could play the game and just say, "Oh well, I obviously I love my mother, but I also sympathize with Camilla because she was in love with my dad." He could kill her with kindness like that. And imagine how stupid they would then look after all of this PR kerfuffle. So that's on my bingo card. I'm not saying that will happen, but it's on my bingo card. Harry's smart. He's a soldier. He knows how to play the chessboard. Yeah, Rahini, they hated Meghan for the Australian tour because they saw how good it was. Okay, so something a little bit funny. I found this on Instagram that I thought you all might laugh at. So I'm just gonna play it and then we'll talk about it afterwards.
This is how the Queen would eat a banana. We don't peel it like a primate. Instead, using the fork, we hold it in place and cut off one end. Then we cut off the other end. And then we turn the knife on its side and go into the skin like so. And then prising it open. And then cut a little bit off and eat like so.
Okay, so first of all, who eats a banana with wine? Who eats a banana with wine? I mean, honey, I would just peel the damn banana like a primate. And I love that that's how he opens the whole thing. You don't peel it like a primate. You must cut this end, and you must cut that end, and then you must cut across. Like, just eat the damn banana. This is who Meghan had to deal with day in and day out. Girlfriend couldn't even eat a banana normally. She had to cut it with a knife and fork. This is who Meghan had to live with. Uh, what an idiot. Yes, Rohini, if I took that long to eat a banana, I would starve as well. Like, yes, Joan, the banana is offended. Do you know what I love the most about all of that is the confidence that he is doing it with, feeling like he's doing something special and not that he doesn't look completely ridiculous. One more time, just so we can enjoy the stupidity of this all.
This is how the Queen would eat a banana. We don't peel it like a primate. Instead, using the fork, we hold it in place and cut off one end. Then we cut off the other end. And then we turn the knife on its side and go into the skin like so. And then prising it open. And then cut a little bit off and eat like so.
So if that's how you eat a banana, how do you eat an apple? Are you going to try and cut into an apple like that? Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go into this full talking about nothing. My gosh. Yes, Teresa, it would be so much better if Harry is literally indifferent. Kill them with kindness or indifference. Yeah, poor Meghan. Uh, yeah. Marilyn, he lost me with a primate comment. Guess the Dark Ages. Uh, oh gosh, Anna, that's nuts. Eat a banana like that. I bet behind closed doors, Kui ate plenty of banana. Apparently, what was his name? Mr. Porsche? Mr. Porsche's banana. Yes, and Agnes, all these rituals to cover up the royal families. Um, dank, disgusting, true nature. Uh, okay, so there was that. Also, I saw this floating around in other British news. British Airways, Nigerians and Ghanaians, please enter the chat. British Airways are now serving jollof rice, and this is what it looks like. This is what the jollof rice in British Airways looks like.
Well, next question. See ya.
Yeah, I have nothing to say. uh, like, what were they thinking? Did they actually consult with a Ghanaian or a Nigerian before doing this? Yes, Cindy. I guess we're all primates now because who eats a banana with a knife and fork? So he's implying that everyone that doesn't eat a banana with a knife and fork is a primate. I would argue that everybody that does eat a banana with a knife and fork is a fault. Yes, Marilyn, ew. Sandra. Yes, yes, I thought that too. Yes, yikes. British Airways is like prison food. Yeah, Emirates actually does look. Emirates Airways looks a lot better. I think somebody posted the Turkish Airways version of the jollof rice, and it looks a lot better. Like it actually looked like jollof rice. It didn't not look like this. Oh, Joan, I liked it better when we bought our own meals on planes. Those were the days. Yeah, but you know when you have like long haul planes, like I'm not a very fussy eater, and I'm not actually fussed about plain food. If it's decent, I'll eat it. And I have to say, like Emirates and Etihad specifically do very good meals, even in economy. So I'm like, plain food is just there to keep you going. But this does not look particularly nice. Like my Tesco's microwave food looks better than this. I wouldn't eat food. Yeah, where's the rice? I think the middle is meant to be the jollof rice, but it doesn't like the color does not look like jollof at all. Like, there's a bunch of silliness. Bonnie, they can't even pull the banana for Her Majesty. Apparently not. Faith, that food. It doesn't even look like food. Anna, yes, I believe that's meant to be spinach. Ah, uh, Anna, what is it? I'm not sure. It looks like it was grown in a lab. Oi. Okay, I'll let you get a good eyeful of that before I end with what was it that I was going to end with now? Yeah, so I'm going to actually end by reading Omid's article about the royal tours, the tone deaf royal tours. Just give me one moment, please. Let me get it up. Okay, so it's quite a lot. So I'm not going to put it on the screen. I'm just going to read it out for you because it's not a very long article, but he packs quite a punch with what he says. Reba, I don't play with my food. That looks totally gross. Miss P, I wonder who they employed to cook this mess. Okay, Omid's article, and if you haven't read it, it's definitely, well, I'm going to read it to you now, I guess. So he starts by saying, my first experience of being on a royal tour was also the first overseas trip for the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. Huge crowds and infectiously positive energy. Their 8-day travel across Canada in 2011 felt like the potential start of a modern chapter for the British monarchy. It was enthusiastic, as an enthusiastic Kate told me during a pit stop on Prince Edward's Island, an amazing opportunity to meet people of all different backgrounds and learn from them. It's been 11 years since that moment. And while I've been on a number of successful foreign visits then, the recent royal travel has left me questioning just how much has actually been learned. As the modern world tackles critical social issues and undoing mistakes of the past, the sepia-tinted formula for the House of Windsor's global travel has found itself held back by the palace's reluctance to change anything if it still works. But as the Cambridge's ill-fated tour of the Caribbean in March proved, these trips no longer do. Billed as a charm offensive to shore up support for the monarchy across the islands, the colonial throwbacks and poorly advised photo ops ended up being the opposite effect on the Bahamas, Jamaica, and Belize, who have all individually expressed the desire to become republics. Damage control began before the wheels of William and Kate's plane had even hit the tarmac in the UK, with Kensington Palace eagerly briefing journalists that lessons have been learned, and next time the itinerary will be more mindful. But while a revised lineup of engagements may help the somewhat tired formula of royal walkabouts, ceremonial welcomes, and cultural events, it doesn't solve the other problem affecting the monarchy on tour, the royals themselves. And this is it. It doesn't really matter how much they try to reinvent what royal tours are, if the royals themselves don't want to change, don't want to come into the modern age, there is really nothing that can be done. And it's not even just the royals, it's also the courtiers and everybody involved. They have to want to change also. So it continues. So he goes on to talk about Edward making a comment saying, I wasn't keeping notes, so I'm not going to give you a complete answer, referring to what Edward said about reparations to the officials. The 58-year-old chuckled before sidestepping the issue of reparations completely. Given this painfully awkward moment had been preceded by a letter from the country's Reparations Support Committee referring to the royal family's previous phony sanctimony over slavery, the Earl of Wessex's tactless response not only lacked diplomacy, but was a show of complete disregard for a country that had respectfully welcomed them with open arms. And of course, I mean, you would think that the courtiers would have had prepared answers, knowing that they could get these questions. And Sophie and Edward have not regularly done tours like this. So Sophie and Edward went into the situation not being all that well experienced, not having really, I think, the charm and the deportment to be able to handle these questions and these situations. It's like they literally just threw them to the dogs and let them get eaten. So it goes on to say, it was also a diss to protests in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, who less than 24 hours earlier had stood outside a cocoa plantation the couple were visiting with bananas. So with see, because that stupid royal buttline is cutting bananas. with banners reading "Compensation now" and "Britain, your debt is outstanding." He adds, any hope that Edward and Sophie, or at least their advisors, had learnt from the Cambridge's problematic troubles quickly went out the window. Indeed. I mean, I was literally sitting here thinking, surely they would take notes from what happened and try and look at some of the things that we do on these tours and just take them out the itinerary. Just take them out. Instead, we get pictures of them gifting a picture of themselves right after they were met with a scathing letter about reparations. You give a picture of yourself. So it goes on to say, I can understand why there has been a reluctance for members of the royal family to engage in conversations about Britain's legacy of slavery across the Caribbean. Well, actually, Harry and Meghan have not. It's the others that have. And when Harry and Meghan did make a statement about making sure that we have difficult conversations, they were blasted in the press. It goes on to say, beyond it being aberrant, which, let's be honest, is far from the apology that people were waiting for the royals to engage in conversation about this issue would be to also acknowledge that the family's empire came to power and wealth in parts by enslaving Africans and forcing them to work in colonies. It also means that the Windsor's royals would need to acknowledge that their very existence is also, in part, the result of over 300 years of devastating atrocities led by some of their predecessors. But as people across the world continue to learn about the importance of dismantling structural racism, it's essential that these uncomfortable conversations are had by all. The Queen has said herself that for the monarchy to survive, it must evolve with the times and reflect modern day values. Well, they haven't done a very good job of it, pretty much chasing away into exile and almost bullying to death the only member of their family that was a person of colour. The article continues, if not for the countries they visit, her children and grandchildren should at the very least be trying to uphold these principles to honour the monarch's 70-year reign. Well, 70 years of what exactly? You know, you can't build upon something that was never meant to uplift others, but only uphold its own power. Okay, so it goes on to say, so I'm skipping a little bit of it. You can go read it in detail. But it finishes by saying, the purpose of these visits, particularly in the Commonwealth, is often to strengthen relations between Britain and the host countries. But as more members of the realm announce plans to make like Barbados and divorce the crown, St. Kitts and Nevis being the most recent to announce plans to review its monarchical system of government, it's time for other travelling members of the family to realise they might be doing more harm to the royal establishment than good. And for palace officials, it's time to accept that the royal tour, as we know it, is in dire need of a trip to the drawing board. Well, if you ask me, it doesn't need to go to the drawing board. It needs to just go in the trash. Just go in the trash. It doesn't need to go in the drawing board. Throw it in the trash. Get 3 trash bags. And just throw it all away. So yeah, that was Omid's article. I'll post it's a little bit more detailed than what I read. And it's a very good article, so I will post it in the chat box and go check it out. Okay, so that is pretty much all for today. I'm going to end by reading your comments and then we'll call it a day. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming and for everybody's super stickers and for our new members and always just for being here. Love you all. Okay, let's get through your comments. Yeah, Joan, if they came into the modern age, they would just lose the plot. They just wouldn't really know what to do, would they? Yes, the royals can't change because they're stuck with an aged CEO. Yeah. An aged courtiers, the 1800s mindset, who eat bananas with knives and forks. At least Edward and Ford Fiesta are going back to the back of the closet. Yeah, they should have never come out. Should have just stayed in there and asked for the courtiers to bring them food and water to eat and drink. Because I definitely don't think they'll be wanting to go on any tours after this. They clearly don't know how to handle themselves, how to do interviews, how to talk to officials, how to charm, because it's not something that they've ever had to do. And literally everybody was watching them to see if it would be the same disaster as Kate and William's Caribbean tour. So their people should have prepared them. They were clearly unprepared. Faith, look at the future with the mind of the medieval age. Yeah, he wants to be a classic king. And there's no space for that in this modern age. Yeah, Marsha, Edward is so arrogant, he didn't care to be tactful. He and Gumby needed to get eaten for their disrespect. Indeed. Lakis, the Queen Mother, also had a terrible influence. She encouraged him to maintain archaic Edwarian mindset. She infected the Queen and Charles, who have infected William despite Diana's efforts. Yeah. But I feel like, you know, William has grown up in a time, even though he's grown up in this archaic institution, he's still grown up in such a connected time that it's not, for me, it's not excusable for him to be as um arrogant and nasty as he is. And Meghan coming into the family was also a chance for him to educate himself the way Harry has. Movo, Harry and Meghan showed them how to have a successful tour, but they're not smart enough to listen. Yeah, not smart enough to listen, but not creative enough to innovate either. Like, Delbert, stop the Jubilee, it's useless and arrogant. Well, I kind of want it to go ahead, to be honest, because just think of how bad it's going to look with everything that's going on in the UK. I think it will actually be a wake up call to everyone. Edwina, is that what we're calling him now? So it's Ford Fiesta and Edwina is one of a kind, not knowing why they were on that tour except bringing their gift photo. Yeah. The legs, the whole system is archaic. I wonder if they started eating ridiculous to distinguish themselves from regular people. Like if you need a special fork for banana eating, can't afford one equals four. Yeah, and this is a thing, right? In these circles, like 20 different forks for different meals. And also, having different like a certain order of and a certain number of set dishes within a meal. So it'll be like a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 course meal. And like different knives and forks for each one. What was it that Kate Winslet's character said in Titanic? Start from the outside and eat your way in. Like, why do you need a different fork for different? I don't know. I mean, I guess for like maybe starters, main, and dessert. But you see some of these knives and fork sets, and it's like 20 different knives and forks for what? Thank you so much, Bonnie McFarlane. Thank you everyone for listening. Joseph, these royals, far from repairing the firm's image, are instead giving master classes on tone deafness and not reading the room. It's 2022. Wake up and smell the rose bush. What, just so shady. Cookies and cream. Omid's article was very good. Yeah, it was very good. I didn't even read the whole thing. Like, you should go and read it in detail. He's doing a very good job there at Yahoo, and I'm glad they've given him that platform. Yeah, Movo, this happens when you send rookies. Like, I think they wanted to sync Edwina and Ford Fiesta to make the Cambridges look better. The fact that we have all these nicknames. Do you know what? I think I'm going to do a video on squaddy slang. Oh my god, squaddy slang. I might do like a whole thread and video on that. Or make it look like it's something wrong with these countries and not them. Yeah. I mean, to send two people that clearly were not experienced enough. When I heard that they were sending Edwina and Ford Fiesta to do a tour in the Caribbean, I was like, what? Does anyone, first of all, even know them? And they are not, they haven't done enough of this stuff to have been prepared. Daba, I believe even without Meghan, Harry has been trying to educate himself. Oh, absolutely. I mean, listen, he started Centre Bale when he was 19, but William and the others have closed everything. Yeah, closed their minds, closed their ears. Now that Harry and Meghan will be safe home in California, I'm looking forward to the possible Jubilee mess. Yes, I am very much actually looking forward to the Jubilee now. I'm so excited. Pamela, I love the juxtaposition of the two couples riding in jeeps, the casual and fun Sussexes versus the Cambridges. Tell us who has the hearts of the young folk. Indeed. I mean, it goes without saying because the picture says 1,000 words. Let me put it up again. There. Miss P talks. Prince Harry came to see grandmother to explain about not attending Jubilee. The British press will be flying out to America to get pictures of the polo matches. Indeed. Wendy, when will the firm figure out they need to change? Well, if they haven't figured it out already, darling, what hope do they have? The world have moved on, no longer care of this outdated institution. But I don't think they know that. I honestly think that there is some Emperor's Code situation going on in those palace balls. They're just telling them what they want to hear. Yes, yes, King, it's going great. It's going great, absolutely great. Everybody loves it. Like, no, everybody is just going, what the hell is going on with you people? Yes, Maria, Edwina and Ford Fiesta, the official names now. Squaddy Slack. I feel like I need to do it for new squadrons. I might make like a free ebook or something. Okay, it's going to over an hour now, so let's wrap this up. Thank you so much, everyone. Who's going to get the last word of the day? Joseph, the Jubilee will be a train wreck that you can't look away from. The way things are going, I really do believe that bad things happen in threes. So you've had the Disastrous Caribbean tour for Kate and William, the Disastrous Caribbean tour for Ford Fiesta and Edwina, and I feel like the Jubilee is going to be like disaster number 3. Because for bringing Andrew front and center and the 3 side chicks front and center for Philip's memorial, Karma's got to have something special coming for the Jubilee. Yes, as we leave today, please, as Leg said, don't forget to like. Thank you so much. Wendy, please do a podcast on Sussex slang. Unfortunately, the Derangers will learn to. Didn't the name Derangers come from? Wasn't it like wasn't it Kate fans who called themselves Kate Rangers? Isn't that where that where that came from? And then wasn't it Sussex Squad podcast that turned it into Derangers? I can't remember. Someone please tell me where Derangers where that came from. Elita, the whole Royal Road to Focus will be about Harry and Meghan. I'm telling you, we're gonna have the whole Jubilee, and the headline the next morning will be Harry and Meghan didn't come. Oh. Marina, I am not gonna put that comment up on the screen. Legs, the evolution of Sussex slang would be awesome. Maybe we could actually add it to the Sussex timeline. A Duchess of Sussex says, I can tell you were rebellious as a child. I actually wasn't very rebellious as a child, you know. I was actually very good. Guys and dolls, I've never done drugs. Okay, I did like weed once, but I was like 30 and I'm 32 now. That's like the only drugs I've ever done. I never drank in school. Yeah, I was not that rebellious. Sometimes when I was really little, I used to sneak out of church and go to the sweet shop and buy gummy bears. That's the most rebellious I was. Yeah, I'm not that wild, I promise. Gwendolyn, Charles and Camilla tours in Canada will be the same. Oh, maybe that will become a strike 3. I wonder what's going to happen when they go to Canada. I don't think Canada will actually give them too much trouble. And it'll be easier to control the crowds in Canada. Okay, Teresa, I'm going to give you the last word of the day. Yes, have a good day. All the squaddies. Peace and hair grease. Oh, that's a new one. Peace and hair grease. Yes. Peace and hair grease to all of you. And thank you for joining us. Let's dance our way out.
I know I messed it up, but in my soul, I feel a love for you that's out of control. Sometimes I feel like I can make you whole. I just can't change my emotions. There isn't anything I wouldn't do to prove that everything I say is true. And if you let me, I keep loving you. I just can't change my emotions.
queen would eat a banana. We don't peel it like a primate. Instead, using the fork, we hold it in place and cut off one end. Then we cut off the other end. And then we turn the knife on its side and go into the skin like so. And then prising it open. And then cut a little bit off and eat like so.